So can we just quickly do a show of hands for people who's, this is the first ever TIE program? Good, very good, excellent. How many of you are TIE members already? Okay, how many of you are not TIE members? Okay, so this is a great opportunity for you to consider being TIE members. As Gurmeet said, we actually do a number of things, and that's what Bridge was sharing. He's close to Washington DC and he's connected with TIE, but we seem to be quite active, and it's a great network for entrepreneurs to connect. And we always promise that the membership comes back to you in 2.5 months or something like that. So that's quite a nice payback, right? How many of you are from healthcare space? Okay, good. And this is what happens, Anupji. We, as entrepreneurs, we actually are quite agnostic to the sectors that we, get our people to talk about and the people they come from. But we usually get people from those specific sectors where the speaker comes from. So today we have some splintering of healthcare people here. So without further ado, we just heard, Bridge, that you have ties with Pune. So tell us about your Pune ties and some of your memories of Pune.
Sure. So, but before I start, I want to share a story with you guys. Okay. A couple of years back, I was talking to a very senior corporate manager who had just transferred from Bangalore to Pune. And he didn't seem very happy. So I asked him, what's going on? So he said he wasn't, he wanted to go back to Bangalore because he thought Pune wasn't there wasn't enough thought leadership. So, for the last 2 years, I've been smarting because of that comment. So, I think he didn't get a chance to come here and see what's been going on with TIE and some of the other achievements that Pune has had, not just in IT sector, but whether it's pharma, R&D, or some of the other healthcare initiatives that the city has taken. So, with that, let me give you a very quick background. My background has mostly been in the, at least when I grew up, was mostly on the army side. My father was in army, so we grew up in a very regimented, very disciplined environment. So entrepreneurship typically is not associated with army. That's a typical command and control sort of culture. So really my entrepreneurship I got interested in entrepreneurship once I came to Pune. And once I joined College of Engineering Pune. In fact, I had the choice of joining the Naval Academy in Lonavala or join COEP here in Pune. And fortunately, I picked the right path and ended up at COEP. So did my electrical engineering from COEP, graduated in 1990. And then post that, I worked with a couple of corporates here in India, worked with the Reliance, and engineering wasn't really my cup of tea. So I said, okay, I need to go and develop my skills. So I went to the US to do my MBA, and fortunately I got accepted to a good school, which was Yale.
So that's the question. From Pune, people go to Symbiosis, right? They go to IIMs. How did you, what made Yale choose you? So
that's true actually. I took my GMAT and Yale actually wrote to me saying, why don't you apply? So I applied. But, MBA during those days was, definitely a field which was attractive, but it wasn't as common as it is today. I think today not entrepreneurs, but everyone basically, sort of MBA is a little bit more exciting than what it used to be. Symbiosis itself was at that point of time a very small school. It wasn't that recognized all over the country. It was ranked not as high as it is today. But I think over the last few years, not just MBA, but business education itself, I think has really taken off in India. But that time, I wanted to do my MBA, and IIM definitely was an option. But then, I got the opportunity to go to the US, do my MBA there, and I took it.
Okay, great. So, right after MBA, did you become an entrepreneur right then? Because Yale MBA, you would probably get into some investment bank or something like that, right?
So yeah, I mean, especially in the US, I mean, every MBA graduate's dream is to work for an investment bank or a consulting company. So I ended up with a consulting company. So I worked in consulting for some time.
Which company was it?
It was an offshoot of Bain. So I worked in consulting for some time, but really, I mean, what I found in consulting was there was no real ownership. So you did your projects, you made your recommendations, and then you moved on to new assignments. So, I wanted to have ownership. So I thought, okay, let me go and work for a big corporate. That's how, I'll do projects and I'll put my name on those projects and say, I've done this project. So I did that for a couple of years, but then I realized, corporate environment is not an environment that suits me. I want to do something on my own. And 2000 was a time, entrepreneurship was sort of, .com era was starting to pop up. And everyone wanted to be an entrepreneur, including myself. So I left my job and jumped into entrepreneurship. And at that point of time, I was actually sort of coming back to India. So I was in India, and the insurance sector in India was being liberalized in 2000, 2001 time. Prior to that, it was all public sector. And private sector was being allowed in insurance sector at that point of time. So I decided to get into the insurance business. But insurance being a very capital intensive business, I said, okay, let me see what I can do within the related insurance area. And I ended up applying for a license to be a TP, which is a third party administrator that does all the back office work for insurance companies.
So just let me stop you here. Why insurance? Did you have in your consulting years, did you have anything to do with insurance? Why not something else?
Yeah, so I looked at different things, and at that point of time, I saw that opportunity and I took it. And I think that's hallmark of an entrepreneur, right? At least I think so. Which is, when an opportunity comes your way, you got to take it. If you're going to miss it, too bad. But if something comes your way and you think it's going to be exciting, take it. I did not have a background in healthcare. I did not even in my wildest dreams think that I'll be doing stuff in the healthcare field. But that point of time, I was sort of disillusioned with the corporate sector. I worked for large companies like Reliance Air in India, and I worked for large companies back in the US. And it just wasn't exciting enough. In terms of intellectual or other ways, it did not provide enough satisfaction. So I wanted to be my own boss. I thought, okay, let me go do something on my own.
Is there any turning point that actually, you said disillusionment, right? But disillusionment happens, but if it's like a slow poison, you don't realize it, right? But sometimes things just shock you up. And then, was there any such moments that actually, made the decision for you?
No, I think people have different trigger points, and mine took a long time. As I said before, I grew up in an army environment, right? Everything was regimented, everything was disciplined, everything you were supposed to do. Very hierarchical structure. That's what I was used to. And entrepreneur by nature, requires you to think outside the box. So I don't think I had that. And then on top of that, I went to engineering school, which is even more regimented. Which is you got to do this and keep moving in a straight line. But then once I got into, I had aspirations. You come to Pune, you see all the development that's taking place. You see other people, you learn from them. You get inspired by other people. So there was, definitely a desire to do something on my own. And after MBA, I'm working with larger firms. I said, I need to go out and create a name for myself. So I took that risk, jumped into, being an entrepreneur, and I think that's worked out fairly well for me.
Good. So you're talking about, insurance sector in India opening up, and then you had no background to insurance, and so when an entrepreneur looks at opportunities, when the decision is made to be on your own, more often than not we see entrepreneurs doing things that they have already done before or in that very contiguous space. It seems like you did something different. So I just want to just go back into your brain at that point of time. How did you scan the horizon for opportunities? What did you what criteria did you use to choose,